All right, guys, so I'm going to put this at the top of every paid traffic module. So you keep seeing it over and over again to help you understand paid traffic and how it works with ClickFunnels. Now, a lot of the videos below are actually from my main affiliate course, but it works the same. Some of them are about ClickBank and stuff like that, but it works exactly the same. Except in this training, guys, your plan is to get 100 trials, okay, in 90 days. Now, to do that with paid traffic, you need to work out how much it's going to cost you per trial. Now, the good thing about ClickFunnels is you can actually put tracking links in. So if I go to ClickFunnels trial and put in, say, AdWords, maybe I'm going to run some AdWord campaigns and send it to the funnel. When I make a sale, I get a trial, it will have AdWords next to it, so I know that that trial came from AdWords. Or we could do solo ads, or Facebook, right? So there's literally all of these ways where you can track specifically where things are coming from. So your most important number when you're trying to get trials with ClickFunnels with paid advertising is how much does it cost you to get one trial, okay? So you get paid $38, we'll just say $38 per trial, okay, per month. Now, my stick rate is around about 70%. That means that out of all the trials I get, 70% of them stay with me, okay? So this is how we're going to do this. Let's say, for example, this is at the extreme rate. Right now, I'm paying, okay, $9 to get one trial, okay, $9. But let's just say you pay $38 to get one trial, okay? Let's say you get, for example, 10 trials and 7 of them stay and stick with you, okay? And let's say you spend $38. Let me just do some calculations here real quick. Let me just go with this. You spend 38 times 7. So you spend, I know this is a little bit messy. Let's say you spend $266 to get 7 trials, and it costed you $38 per trial for one trial. And 7 of them stick. Well, you actually paid $266 to get 10 trials. You paid 38 times 10. Sorry, you paid $380 to get 10 trials, but 7 stuck. So on the first month, when the trial's over and the first month ticks over, you're going to make back $266 because it's going to be times 38, right? So you make back $266. So you spend $380 to get 10 trials. You make back $26 after the first month. Now, you might be saying, but I'm at a loss, Franklin. No, because the chances of these 7 sticking again and making you another $266 a month later is highly likely. Even if 5 of them stuck, okay, let's say you lost a couple of trials, but you usually don't because ClickFunnels is a really good rate, 38 times 5, you would make an extra $190, right? So you would make back your $38 per trial within the next month or 2, right? That's kind of how it works. Now that's at the extreme end, okay? Let's just clear this off real quick. But you need to understand cost per trial, how much you pay per trial. Most people are paying, okay, I've perfected my funnel, but most people are paying $20 to $25 per trial when they're doing paid advertising. That's what most people are paying to get someone to sign up to a trial. This is if they have a good funnel like the one I've showed you. So let's do some calculations for a second, okay? Let's say we get 20 people on our trial and we only have a stick rate of 50%, okay? So that means, let's just say after 2 months, we've lost 50% of our trials. Now, guys, this is at the extreme rate, okay? This is like worst case scenario here I'm giving you. You're going to have like a 70 to 80% stick rate. But let's just say actually after the 14 days, we lose 50% of our trials, right? So we're down to 10 after 14 days. Now let's just say those 10 people go on to the first payment, to your first affiliate payment, number 1, okay? The first payment. And we make back, let's say we pay $20 per trial. So we make, so let's say we pay $20 per trial. So 20 times 20, we spent $400, okay, to get the, to get 20 people in, right? Okay, let's say we lose 50%, which is a high rate. That's never going to happen, right? And then we do, well, obviously it'll be half. So, 20 times 10 is 200, right? So let's say we lose, after 14 days, we lose 50% and we've spent $400. When the first month ticks over, okay, we make back another 200, okay? Then let's say, we'll just say then month number 2, we get another 200. Month number 3, we get another 200 from these 10 people that are still with us. Month number 4, we get another 200. So you can see how that can compound, right? I spent $400 to get 20 people, 20 trials. 4 months later, I've doubled my money, okay? So you've really got to see it as a long term if you're doing paid advertising. And that also doesn't include all the affiliate commissions you get in your email marketing from other things like ClickFunnels webinars, ClickFunnels memberships. You might give away the free ClickFunnels book, right? That doesn't include all of the other stuff, right? So let's just do one more diagram because I really want you to understand how important this is, okay? Okay, how much money you can really make. So let's go back to this. We did the 20. We're spending $20 to get a trial, okay? We have 20 trials. We spent $400 to get those trials. We have the worst stick rate of all time, okay? And we lose 10 after 14 days. So now we're down to 10 people who have stuck with us, okay? These 10 people are still going through your funnel. Even these 10 people might be still going through your funnel. Here's our line of goodness here. So like I said, we make back our money on the trial. Well, let's say, so we make back our money here. We make back the 400, I think, out of, yeah. So we make back the 400 here. And then 4 months later, we make back 800 of those 10 people. But in between here, you might promote a book, Russell Brunson's book, and you might make another $100 to those 10 people. You might promote one of his webinars, and you might get one sale of 300 here or 398. You might make another book. You might promote the book again, or maybe his traffic hacks. I think traffic hacks you get 118. Then after 4 months, let's say 5 months rolls along, you get another 200 from the trial, so that brings it to 1,000. And then you might promote another product that's not even Russell Brunson's. You might promote a ClickBank product from ClickBank that makes you $300. Or let's just be a bit more realistic, $100. So you have instantly, from those 10 people, you've spent $400. Now, keep in mind that, when you start this, it's a slow process, but you've spent $400, and let's say 5 months later, you've made back 1,000 plus another 398 plus another 100 and plus another 100. So like, I don't know, $1,500, right? Now, you might be thinking, Franklin, but that's so long to get back all of this money. Yes, but this is worst case scenario, okay? This is like the worst case possible scenario. If we add on, if we do a 70%, if we do a 70% stick rate, I think you're looking at 17 trials, okay, which is usually around about what the stick rate is. So it starts to kind of compound over and over and over and over again. And let's say you just reinvest this money that you make back into ads, you just keep scaling up and keep scaling up. And 2 years down the track, you might be doing 10, 20, 30, 40K a month as it starts to build up. Like, this isn't a fast process, guys, okay? This is not a fast process. I've never advertised this stuff as a fast process, but I've given you the funnels to make this work for you. Now, but you need to just realize that with any paid advertising, your number one metric with the ClickFunnels program is cost per trial, okay? That's all that matters. Cost per trial. Because if you know how much you're paying per trial, right? You know when you're going to make back your money, so you know if you can scale up your ads or stuff like that. So I'm just talking about paid advertising here. If it's free advertising, it doesn't really matter, okay? But as long as you make back your cost per trial. So I basically like to make my costs back in the first month, and I'll kind of tell you what I mean. So if I'm going to have a, I'm going to try not to make this too long for you, but let's say I get 20 people. Let's clear that. Sorry, I just remember that 17 of 20 is 14, not 17. So let's say I get 20 people. This is what I'm going on at the moment. This is my funnel that you're actually in. This is what I'm doing. Let's say I get 20 people, right? And I get a 70% stick rate. That means that 14 people are going to go into the trial after 14 days and pay me money, right? And I'm paying 9 at the moment. It's going to go up, so because I'm testing. Let's say I pay around about $15 per trial. We'll just say that that's where I end up after my testing, okay? So 15 times 20. I spent $300, okay? Now, let's say 14 people stick and they pay and they get the $38 times 14. I've just made $532 in the first month of them using the program, okay? So these are my stats at the moment. I'm actually paying $9 per trial, but it's going to go up because it's slowly going up because I'm just optimizing and tweaking. But I'm paying $20. Let's say I get 20 people. I get a 70% stick rate. 70% of those people stayed to the first month. That's 14 people times 38. I make $532. So I've made back my advertising cost in the first month plus another $232. Okay? So I've made back my profit in the first month plus some. This is if I'm paying $15 per trial. I have a 70% stick rate for 20 people. Okay? So, and then you just upscale it for like 100. For 100, it'll be different. So for 100 and 70% stick, so 70 people, it'll be 70 times. So let's just actually do one more thing, okay? Let's say I get 100, to kind of show you guys the big numbers, right? So 100, so let's say I spend $1,500 here to get these people into my trial, right? We have 70 people that then stay and pay me the $38 after 4 weeks. I've made back, guys, a whopping $2,660. I've literally just made a bunch of money. So you can see how fast you can upscale this once you know your cost per trial, your CPT, cost per trial, how much you're paying per trial and how much you're making back. Once you figure that out, how much you make back in the first kind of like month. And remember, the example I did before, guys, was like the 50% was worst case scenario. That's literally not going to happen. You're going to make your money back way quicker than that. Just like I showed you, a 70% stick rate, which is what I have right now. That means that 20% of people are staying to the first payment. I'm making a profit. And I'm actually paying $9 per trial now. I'm put it at 15, which is kind of a bit more realistic because I've tweaked and stuff. But bit more realistic. Even at $20 per trial, you're coming off around about even, okay? So I hope you understand that. I know I drag my stuff on, but it's really critical to understand your CPT. Compton, as they say in the rap music videos, okay? It's really important to understand your CPT, okay? Cost per trial. Once you understand that, how much you're spending per trial, and when you make that money back, whether it be the first month payment or the second or the third, once you figure out where you're making that money back, if it's hopefully it's here for you on the first payment, then you can just scale to the moon. Okay, guys? Let's move on to the next lesson.